Now, in this first part, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. So, let's talk about your study. So, what are you studying?
Right now, I'm not studying any class, but I recently passed my SSC examination. It's been only 1 month, and before my results, I'm not doing anything much.
So, what is the most difficult part of your study?
The most difficult part of my study is remembering everything and putting them into my exam sheet, and that's quite hard. And I need to remember everything. Sometimes the long questions are very hard to explain, and the MCQs are hard. So I would tell that memorizing is the most hard part.
So, what do you like the most about your school?
The thing that I like most about my school is would be the friends and the teachers and the environment of my school that gives me very pleasure. I go to school to hang out with my friends and there are some good teachers. The environment is good, so I like the environment of my school the most.
So, do you prefer studying in the morning or in the evening?
I definitely prefer studying in the morning because in the morning the environment is very calm and quiet. So on that time, focusing on something becomes very easy. So I prefer to study in the morning.
So, what technology do you use when you study?
Normally, I use my phone, but sometimes I also use my laptop. And in the laptop, it's a big screen, so it it will be very easy for me to study in big screen. So normally, I use laptop.
Now, let's move on hot beverage. So, what do you prefer, tea or coffee?
I like coffee the most, even though coffee is my cup of tea. I normally take coffee when I'm exhausted or sometimes when I'm very stressed. I prefer coffee, but I like tea, but most of the time I take coffee.
So, do you prefer tea or coffee to serve your guest?
It varies on their mood. If someone wants coffee, then I prefer them coffee. If someone wants tea, I give them tea. But most of the people in my country prefer tea the most, so I prepare tea in my hand always.
So, what was the last time you had a cup of coffee with your friends?
The last time I had a cup of coffee with my friends, it would be like last week. Last week we after the last week in the evening we planned to go out to a coffee club and we come there and take coffee with my friends.
So, do you usually buy coffee from the coffee shop?
I don't buy coffee from the coffee shop usually. I make them by my own in my house. It's more convenient and don't need to go outside and the cost is so less when you make something by yourself. So I make coffee by myself in my home.
So, now let's talk about outer space. Do you like to travel by air?
Yes, I like travel by air because air is very convenient. It takes less time, it gives more comfort, and there is less chances of accidents. I don't need to get into any jams, so I prefer to travel in air.
So, would you like to travel into outer space?
I don't think so. I really want to travel in the outer space but I also have a will to go outer space, so it's not that necessary for me to go.
So, what would you do if you get a chance to go to the outer space?
If I get any chance to visit the outer space, I think I would take that opportunity and just go for a visit. But I don't think so that my family members will allow that. But I need to work hard to make them allow.
So, do you think it's necessary to see all the planets?
I don't think so that it's necessary to see all the planets by your own eyes, but in phone or in internet, that's necessary. But in by your own eyes, I don't think so that's not necessary.
Thank you. Now I'm going to give you topics and I would like you to talk about 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. If you want, you can take notes. So, where is your questions? This is your paper and pen. Describe something that you can't live without. Okay, now you have 1 to 2 minutes for this topic, so don't worry by stopping. I will let you know when the time's up. Could you start speaking right now, please?
So, if I want to describe something that I can't live without, it would be the electricity. It is the most important thing these days that we need every part of our life. We can live a single minute without the electricity, although we have solar systems, but that are not that effective to the electricity that we get naturally. And what we do with it, it's can we can describe by words. We can do anything without the electricity. Is very important to us, and it helps us in many ways. Like without electricity, we don't have lights, we don't have fans, and the meals, big meals, and the hospital system also go runs with the electricity. So if there is no electricity, that would be very hard for us to live our life. And because of electricity, our life became very easy and convenient. We can actually get AC. We have AC in our house when it's too hot outside. We can use the AC. Then we have lights to look. We have lights to lighten the place where it is dark. Then we can charge our phones. Then other things. And the hospital, they use electricity for the many machines that can help for curing the disease. And without electricity, it's very hard for us to live, and we can't actually live with electricity without electricity that much. We have solar systems and other things, but they are not that effective to the real electricity. So I'd say that electricity is a very important thing that we can live without.
Thank you. Could I have the paper and pencil back, please? Well, you have been talking about electricity, that you can't live without it. Now I'm going to ask you some questions which are related to these topics. So, do you think it's a good idea for children to keep their toys all the time?
It's good if the children have their toys, but if they're taking that for all the time, that's not good. That's not looks good at all. You can play when it's your playtime, but all time like you're going to study, you taking your toy with you. That doesn't sound good and looks good. So I don't think it's good.
So, why do children like toys?
Toys are really fun for them. They can enjoy playing with it. They talk with it like it's a real person. So it and the toy makers make it more like funky and more colorful, so that children could attract with it, and they always like to play with the toys.
So, what do you think influences people to buy new things?
The appearance of the things and the advertisement, and sometimes the favorite celebrity promotes the product, and after that they really get affected to the product. They get affected to get to the product that they see on the online or in that advertisement, and they like order it or buy it. So that affects them.
Why are children attracted to buy new things, especially junk food?
They are really attracted buy junk food because it's like very tasty rather than healthy, and they might like tasty foods the most. Even though we do, but they buy it like they buy it non-stoply. They eat it, and they feel like it's very tasty, and they order it, and nowadays it's kind of trend to eat junk foods. They saw on online YouTube, and that's why they are really addicted to junk food.
Thank you. So, that is the end of your speaking test.
Bilingual Learning Center, BLC, Bogura.